It is time for a faux unboxing. I mean, it's a real box and it's what it came in, but I honestly already opened this, so we're gonna recreate it. And this is the Burning Fire style guitar, and it's unbranded. I think it's by Glarry, but it doesn't have any name on the headstock. And this is so little. It feels like a feather. It doesn't even look like it's big enough to hold a guitar. Just take the top off. Off comes this. Now the guitar was completely in it, shrouded in it, like the shroud of Turin fire. But it's all packed in there. Look at that. It's like a pretty thing. And besides the guitar, and it's just like, here's the guitar. It looks like a real guitar, doesn't it? And you know, it's just like loose styrofoam in there that was like that. It comes with a black guitar strap, which I've yet to open. It comes with a cord, a red pick, and a whammy bar, and some Allen wrenches to adjust it, which is actually really cool. I've already been using this whammy bar. I put it back in there for show, and it has a gig bag, and this is more like a gig cloth. You know, like you can get the idea of how it is, but it'll keep it from getting scratched up, and you can carry it by its handles, and you know, sometimes it's easier to do it that way, and it will keep dust off. I paid $69. Free shipping. I found it on eBay. I'll put the link in there below. And I paid money for it myself because I wanted to get this as a gift for a relative to start playing guitar, maybe. Because this no name on the headstock, it's unbranded. I'm assuming this is like a factory second of Glarry. I ordered these letters with my relative's name on there, and I can peel them off and stick them on there, and I'm gonna hope that's gonna be a cool thing. Put your band name on there, put your name on there. It's a blank slate, and so instead of it being a minus, think of it as a plus. I grabbed it from here, and I just did this. And it was out of tune. I tuned it up, and it tuned. And it instantly gave me a riff. I'm like, huh? I had seen these things posted on like Wish and other places, and I'm like, you know, sometimes in your guitar lust moments, you're shopping around, it's like, oh, that's what's a cheap guitar? Maybe I'll get a cheap guitar just to fulfill that new guitar lust, but don't pay a lot of money. And I saw these things, and I'm like, well, it can't be any good. Does it even play? And you know, thanks to other channels on YouTube where it does reviews, I'm like, well, it actually shows up with all the parts and everything. I took a chance. Two things: set the action, and I had to adjust the nut, and the strings got to go. Honestly, I didn't know a set of strings could be so bad in terms of impacting intonation. They can. I switched them out. First, I switched them out for GHS Boomer 10s, and I thought, oh, that's still a little stiff, so I got, just ordered these, and I got Boomer 9s and put them on there. The neck was straight. And I know people talking about changing the pickups, you know, for like people who are into modding guitars and stuff. But the issue for me was on the neck here. The strings were just high above the nut, and I had never really adjusted the nut before. But I got to it. And I don't even have the proper tool. I looked it up. It cost like $80 for the proper tool, and I'm like, $80? I got a nail file. I have a little metal nail file, and it doesn't have much little grit on there, so it took forever. And doing one string at a time until I finally got it. So it's pretty good. And so instead of being pain, it works. So, you know, we can play all our cowboy stuff, but we can also, play like real stuff on there. So let's plug her in. Oh yeah, you can go. At any time you need to, it's okay, because those cut it out. No, you can't spoil it. It actually would enhance it. Treble pickup, just where you start, right? Yeah. And I'm sure you're picking up a little bit of the vocal microphone here, hearing the acoustic sound of. So let's turn it off, see what happens. set it up so it was like solid to play, but not like Ibanez super fast neck fast to play. But I can get it going there. So I'm playing on this thing and I'm having a blast. It's a gift, so I wanted to, something that would come from a guitar playing relative who, it'd be weird if that relative didn't give a guitar, you know, even though I don't think in this case there's much interest in music or anything, but you know, hey, I give a guitar and you never know when the bug's going to hit. It didn't hit me till I was a guitar bug till I was 14. So what do you give a 10-year-old? Give him a guitar. And I'm thinking, oh, I think it looks cool. It almost, you know, it's got that BC Rich kind of sort of thing. And I'm like, well, you know, but does it look kind of cheesy? I'm like, no, let's go all in on the horns. And I'm like, man, I can make a song from that. And then just separately, I'm like, burning fire. This is a burning fire guitar. I'm like, burning fire. Wall of flame. It takes me higher. I'll never be the same. I'm like, I got a song. But I'm like, oh wait, but that's not this. So anyway, here we go. I'm just want to show you some little snippets here. This is what this guitar sounds like. That is the pure sound of this guitar, just going through a little amp plug-in with just like the basic setup, like kind of a Fenderish sound there. That is how this guitar sounds plugged in, and that is mixed but not mastered, that particular sound. Here's how that sounds mastered. Yes, that's this guitar. This guitar. Here's the chorus. I want to hear it.
Burning fire, wall of flame, takes me higher, I'll never be the same. Burning fire, burning fire.
Okay, check out this little short solo. Burning fire. Does this guitar work for a beginner? Yes, it does. We're gonna plug the whammy bar in. We'll hear how that works. You just screw it in right there. And I was a little bit curious because, you know, I have the floating trims and I'm like, well, is this gonna like make the intonation go out? I was reading people complain about the intonation going out. Okay, if you use it, it's gonna be a little wonky, but let's say you're playing a song and you do it towards the end of the song, you can make it through the rest of the song. Tune it up. There's a way to do it. So here's what it sounds like. A little stiff. So, but you can get some good, see, it's almost in tune. You can do an end of the song thing there. But you gotta push it to get some, if you do what I'm used to on my floating trims, you don't get much, but. So how does this thing feel? Well, for one thing, it's light as a feather. I mean, it is like holding air. I want to show you the neck. It's not like a super skinny neck. In fact, it has a little bit of an acoustic guitar feeling to it, but somehow I got into it. Bridge pickup, just halfway between. Has a little bit of a tickiness into it, really useful. Here's the middle. By the way, I'm plugged into the Scuffum amp sim, and this is just the first thing that comes up called American Clean. It's like a Fender Twin sound. Here is the other in-betweener. Thicker sounding neck. Can we play jazz on it? Let's back it off a lot. Even though it's looks real rock and roll, it's a guitar. You can play whatever you want. You can do your strum and singer songwriter stuff. Put a little treble back on there. Who is this good for? Okay, I was interested in it because I was thinking I want to get a gift for a kid, but not something that's not going to inspire any continuation. Because you know, if the guitar hurts your hand or feels bad, you don't want to play. Playability is number one to me, more than looks or sound. I just got to be able to play it. I got this here. I play this thing quite a bit, just getting used to it. Where I thought it was gift ready. Mainly it was the strings and the adjusting the nut were the actual salient points of things to adjust. So a kid, is it my best guitar? No. Is that, I mean, I'm going to give this gladly. I did do a rehearsal with it, and it worked just fine. No one said, hey man, that guitar's it. It's like, no, it's like, it was a guitar. It made it through. It would work for just about anybody. Let's say you wanted to experiment with modding, it's got all that stuff, because you know, these are not the most expensive parts, but they work. Or if you want to like decorate one and sticker it up, but you don't want to do it to your fancy guitar, this one's a good one. Carve it and do all kind of crazy stuff to it. I paid $69 in free shipping. You could burn it in a burning fire and make a video of it, and it still might be worth your investment. It's just a ton of fun. If I were to have one for myself, I would stick it right there with the other guitars, and I'm sure it would get played quite a bit, because I got a guitar Farfig Newton playing it, which is like, you know, like Driving Pleasure, but for a guitar. I just made that up. Get a little funky on here. Do a little popping. Or do what it's made for. Get some rock and roll happening there, and let's just jam this thing out here. Until next time, I'm Martin Blasick, and if you want to help my channel, click the like, click the subscribe, and if you want to contribute, go to my Bandcamp and download Burning Fire, the song I wrote with this guitar. I'll be putting it up on, you know, iTunes and everything real soon. It's already up on Bandcamp, and I appreciate you very much. Burning Fire. Let's listen to some music out here.